Hi guys, I was just admiring myself. Welcome back to episode 3 of Advice from an Endearing Empath. We made it. I am so happy that we made it to episode 3. Excited for where I'm headed. Sometimes you just gotta be excited about life. I'm not sure what I'm talking about right now, I'm just rambling. But sometimes you just have to be excited about your life, Just know that good things are coming, good things are around the corner. We don't know what, but good things are on the way. I'm not sure what I'm excited for, but I'm excited for something. As long as you're just excited for something, you don't have to know what it is, because what you're doing is you're attracting great news. So I'm excited. We got some dilemmas sent in, so let's do it. Before we get started, I want to say if you would like to send in your dilemmas, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the SageTheMinds Instagram, and in my bio, I have two links, one for this YouTube and one for NGL, where you could submit your dilemmas anonymously. It's an app. I will be looking this way because my laptop has all the dilemmas on it. So yes, don't mind that. But so someone said advice on getting to know who you really are. Ooh, I like that question. Basically, trying to find yourself. Let me tell you something, because I'm still, I'm honestly, I can't even speak right now. I feel like I look like Dracula right now. Yes, so like I was saying, I want to tell you guys something because I'm honestly trying to find myself. We're all something. We can be, great people, creative, this and that. But who we are, who we want to be is ourselves. You should always strive to be you, because no one else is you. Don't try to be like anyone else. Basically, what you need to do is spend more time with yourself, figure out what you love, what you don't love, who you want around, who you don't want around, your creativity, things you love to do, because that's where you discover who you truly are. You aren't able to really know who you are if you don't get some alone time, or if you don't go through that part of your journey where you're not isolating yourself, but you're just by yourself. We all need that. I'm giving myself more alone time than I've had in the last couple of years. Like, this is the first time I've really been like, I like the quiet, because for the last couple of years it's just been on go, and I used to always be around people. Just learn to be alone. That's where you discover who you really are, in the quiet, if that makes sense. Also, what works, and a lot of people do this, is doing some shadow work prompts. That's where you really get to know who you really are, because you get to go on a deep dive. Definitely would advise you to really spend more time alone. That way you're really getting to know who you are, love on yourself, and do some shadow work. I hope that helps. So I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally. Yeah, I always have a cold. All right, how do I stop worrying about things that are out of my control? I tend to let lots of things get to me, and no matter how big or small, I let that thing control my whole day. I feel you, girl or boy. And then it just snowballs, and I stress about other things, and then I eventually just explode. Well, you really just explained um what I deal with and what I've experienced plenty of times. And let me tell you, you are not alone. I think what's been a topic in the mental health world, self love, healing journey world, is focusing on the things you can control and not focusing on the things that you can't. I believe I said that. Focusing on the things you can control and not focusing on the things you can't. It can be so difficult to focus on the things you can't control because we want to control those things. This can be such as people liking us. We want to control that. The outcomes of certain things, we want to control that. Sometimes we just have to let things be. And I used to struggle a lot with this because I felt so out of control. Like, no, I want it to go this way, this way, this way. And it links to perfectionism in some way. And no matter what I do, you know, things will happen. I cannot control everything in this world. But one thing you can control is the way you react. One thing you can't control is how you speak to yourself. One thing you can control is how you treat yourself, how you treat others. Those are the things you can't control. Start focusing on yourself more. Let go. Sit back and know that things will always work out for us in one way or another, because I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. You have to learn how to just sit back and let things be what they are. Learn how to just step back and focus on what you do. Focus on what you can do. You cannot control everybody else. You can't control the world. You can't. You can control and focus on is yourself. So that's my advice to you. I hope that helps. So on to the next one. How do I know if I'm healing? What are the signs I feel like I am, but I'm not sure? You know if you're healing when you feel areas of growth, feel yourself evolving. We only see improvement and experiences. I can't speak to everyone's way of healing because we all heal differently. In the areas you used to lack, you start to notice growth. That's how you know you're healing. When you feel that you don't react the same way, you react in a more controlled way. That's how you know you're healing. When you feel that you are better able to assess your emotions and validate yourself and be kind to yourself and listen to yourself, that's how you know you're healing. So it just depends. But you know you're healing when you are growing in the areas you lacked previously before you started your journey of healing. So that's my take on it. I hope that helps. Someone said sometimes it's difficult, but learning to stop worrying about what others think is difficult. Realize that this life is yours. You are not living for anyone else. You are living for yourself, okay? Realize that. You can't control how others view you, because at the end of the day, you can be the sweetest, kindest person. But someone will always find fault with you. That's just how the world works. What you can control is if you're going to let that get to you. Knowing that you can't control what people think of you, you control how you think of yourself. You don't need validation from others, you need validation from yourself. It's important to celebrate your wins, because who else is going to do that for you? You can't look for validation in others, only validation in yourself. Start really celebrating yourself. Show yourself some self-love. It's all the inner work. But you got to accept that you cannot control how people view you. Someone out there will always find fault. That is not your problem, it's theirs. So, the last one, someone said, what are some tips you have to combat procrastination for like simple everyday things, showering, etc.? Procrastination is, man, I'm telling you, like, I've dealt with procrastination since forever. It can be a little difficult. Sometimes you don't want to get something done for some reason, and it's so hard. When I complete this, I feel so much better. You deserve all that special treatment. You deserve to show yourself love. You deserve to have a clean room. You deserve to have a clean house. People like to plan out their day. Maybe start doing that so you can see visually, okay, this is what I need to do today. It can be the simplest everyday things, but they don't seem like it when you're procrastinating. You're like, this is so simple. Why can't I just do it? But do not feel shame about it, because it happens. But you can definitely utilize some tools to combat the procrastination, because it takes a while to, I guess, undo. I used to be so hard on myself, like, wow, I'm a failure, I'm stupid. Yeah, I know. That sounds really harsh, but that's how I used to talk to myself. Really set realistic goals with yourself. Sometimes we just have to do it. And once we do it, we're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. You know? Once you start holding yourself accountable and you see visually, this is what I said I was going to do, I'm going to do it. And celebrate it. Even if it's the smallest thing, it can be, I said I was going to take out the trash and I did it instead of just leaving it there. Celebrate yourself. Have a glass of wine. Do something, eat some ice cream. I don't know. When you do these things and you complete the task, celebrate yourself. Just celebrate yourself. Small steps are steps too. So I really hope that helps. All right, guys, that was the last one. I know, but I appreciate whoever's tuning in and just watching, because that means a lot to me. I don't care if it's one person, 10 people. I really don't care the number. but I really do appreciate you. Even if you just sat through half, I appreciate it. Thank you. Love you. We will be back next week. Be sure to send in your dilemmas. Remember, go to Sage the Mind's Instagram, click the link in my bio, and click the NGL link. That's where you could submit your dilemmas anonymously. I won't know who's submitting them, so don't worry. I won't know, who's doing what, but that's how I respond to your dilemmas. So, yes, that. Remember to follow Sage the Minds on Instagram, subscribe here, and follow me on TikTok because I post all my videos there. And tune in to next Saturday of Advice from an Endearing Empath. I hope you love this video. I had so much fun, and I love you guys so much, and thank you. Bye.